friends, welcome to episode 16 of Your Line April. We are ramping up, what was it, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we have not many episodes left, about 7. I just counted, if I just did that correctly. Looking at what we have for the next, couple weeks. 5 weeks, 5 Thursdays in October. Cool. So, yes. So there will at least be, since I want to use October to finish out Your Line April so we can start Violet Evergarden fresh in November, obviously it's going to be at least a couple weeks where there'll be 2 episodes at a time. Probably the last 2 weeks of October. So you'll have that to look forward. Just because we want to finish it out, start fresh with a new month, a new series, it'll be really fun. Obviously, if you haven't watched any of my videos recently, and this is, 2020 fall, you'll probably realize, are these ads? So yeah, I decided because now that I've hit 5,000 subscribers, even though you can monetize it at 1,000, I'm like, not worth it yet. But now that I've gotten more structure to the channel, now I know what I want to do, so I'll definitely be adding more. So I decided, let's do some monetization now. I didn't realize you can actually choose what kind of advertisements to do. So for right now, we're going to stick to make sure that, it's skippable ads, no ads in the middle of the video. It doesn't really need to be, especially because when they are, sometimes they're not placed very well. So right now, and just other little things like that, kind of like choosing what kind of ads to have. I'm not sure. I guess if you allow everything to happen, you can, increase your chances of getting more revenue. But since this is a hobby for me, I don't really care. I did realize within the span of 8 hours after I officially got accepted and monetized my channel, I received 15 copyright claims. Not blocks, which I guess it would be some claims. Monetized videos, which I kind of wasn't expecting to with those ones, because they were all live action shows. Now, I did get a copyright claim of an anime that I finished last summer, so that was kind of irritating. But I think all their videos are on BitChute. I do have a BitChute account. It's free, by the way, for those of you who can access the account. You don't need an account to watch videos, just like with YouTube. You do need one to comment, but you don't need one to watch. So that's how I'm gonna roll the cover anyway. But of course, the live action shows are and even the song reactions are a whole nother ball game, because I have to have the sound in the reaction. And because of that, copyright claims can be very much a big pain in the butt. And so clearly, if you monetize videos, your channel gets a little bit more notice, which sucks, actually. Which is also probably part of the reason why I wanted to hold off, because the bigger your channel gets, the more notice you get. And sometimes you don't want to be noticed. But I just want to give out a little bit of chit-chat there in terms of, like, if this was, last week there were no ads, like this week it's like, why are there ads? But I'm not, I'm not worried or irritated over it. As long as I don't get a complete and utter block, I'm fine with it. Now I have to check those claims, because if they're blocked in a bunch of countries, well then now I'm just irritated. Because I don't care about the monetization, I care about people watching them, that's all. That's all I care about. So, I don't know. Givesy takesies, whatever. I'll just have to probably keep those reactions to live action videos unmonetized. Maybe I'll keep the copyright monsters at bay a little bit more. That's the point. The point is, well, that wasn't the point. That was the point. Just kind of talking about monetization. Anyway, let's talk about this series. A lot of fun. I just love it. Last episode was really cool. I love the relationship dynamic between Kosei and Kiori. The interactions are fascinating. Now, I have a suspicion that blonde girl is the little sister of the blonde piano player. And there's going to be some irritation on his end, because his teacher has made him teach the girl, which I thought was really cute. Which is good, actually, because sometimes it can make you a better whatever it is that you're doing. Because if you can teach it, you can do it. And if you can teach it on different levels, then the idea is that you understand it incredibly very, very well. Very, very well. So that's actually good, even though he's only 14. It's good for her to start him learning to mentor and train people, because he hasn't done that at all. And of course, it's easier to do it with someone, you know, half your age or much younger than you, because there's that whole kind of inferred older person dynamic of respect, even in the States to a degree as well. Definitely in Japan, I believe. But other than that, really not much else to say. It's a fun series, really enjoying it. Don't forget, in terms of live action shows, Wonder Woman for Retro React comes back. Now, I thought I knew what, well, I'll talk about that later. Anyway, and then of course, starting next week, Swamp Thing comes back. I heard it's a 90-minute premiere, so I think the premiere, I'll have my reaction video in 3 parts instead of 2. And of course, it's going to be probably heavily edited to kind of minimize the violence. Because I heard it's pretty violent and there's some foul language, which is a little above CW's pay grade. But if you're new to the channel and you've made it through the intro, hi. On YouTube, of course, it is heavily edited, no sound, partial image. You'll see a countdown timer if you want to follow along. You can't miss it. So without further ado, let's dive in. Oh, we're seeing things from her perspective. Okay. Oh, she smacked her head. I think she's got to have either a brain, like a clot, or something like a tumor pressing on her head. Ooh, oh, she's bleeding because she smacked her head. Oh, really hard, too. But she's got to. Maybe have some blood loss there. But she had to have something like that for her to lose the use of her legs just suddenly. Ooh. So what's interesting is that episode 14 kind of... Oh my gosh, it's loud. Oh, I love this intro. Episode 14 ended kind of focused on Tsubaki, and then it spilled into focusing on Tsubaki. We got a little bit of Kosei, and then at the very end, we touched on Kaori, and then, of course, now we're spilling into focusing on Kaori. I still prefer the first intro, but it's not like night or day. It's not like, I really like this one, I really don't like this one. But I like them both a lot, actually. They're both really good intros. Or openings, but I still prefer the first. It's very cute. I quite love this. I like this series so much. I realized I had to get a little better at... That's so cool. Oh, that's beautiful. These feathers, the floating, the bubbles. I'm sure there's some we're gonna connect with that somehow in the series. This floating feeling, this freeing feeling. That is crazy impressive. I think that's crazy. Wow. Interesting. Oh, that's actually really cool. No one taught me that. My little hands could. My little hands still can't reach certain keys. Okay, that girl. Yeah, this shit. It was just made. She looked like she's about to slam the cover of the piano onto his fingers. It's funny that he was commenting on how she looked because he always looks so tense when he plays. I guess more goes on in his head than Alan's face. Ooh. That actually, I like that the way he said that. Well, maybe a cliche, but it's a cliche with a yeah. You wonder you fell to earth. That's so mean. Does her brother know that she's there? Come on, go visit her, sir. I like how in some places, like, his hair looks really black, but when the sun was shining through it and outside, it looked very, very brown. Look how it's a nice warm toes. I think he's just seeing her. I don't think she's really there, is she? I was like, she's just messing him. She looks kind of pale and washed out, doesn't she? Right? Kind heart as an angel, right? Cute. I just the lighting, the way how it like cuts through on their skin and their hair. That's so impeccable, and that's gotta be hard to track. She's not taking him shopping. She's making him her pack mule. I get. Oh, that's really well. That's really sweet of her. Aww. Poor guy. Yeah, liar. For good reason. That panic. When your kid goes missing, panic just shoots right through your heart. She was scared too. That happens. Kids wander. I was a wanderer. I was a darter. Mm. She okay? That's the idea. He must have no classes with her to not realize it. He is. Her daughter's cute. She's got. I love how someone was like, listen here, girl. Woo! Well, that's intense. Well, there's her real personality. Hmm. Hmm. He's working his way through that. It's really good. And she's younger than him. They're not exactly rivals. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's really cute. She's still just a little girl. A girl is kind of making aging herself. Yeah, he has had enough of sorrow. Yeah, but there's still one more bout of sorrow, I think, coming his way. Life can't be without sorrow, but he can't keep... He can't make sorrow his centrality of who he is. How did they get back into the school? What did they do? Have keys? Wouldn't the school be locked? What is this? How did they get back into school? Did they just not lock their schools in Japan? Did she even go to school, or she just dressed in uniform? I guess the normalization for her is how she wore her uniform. She was looking for him. She wasn't looking for Watery. There is a slightly washed out quality to her, and I think it's because she's sick. A little washed out quality to both of them, but her the most. That's a hefty promise for a 14-year-old. Or 15-year-old. Well, it's only a wonderful afternoon. You gotta spend the whole, probably a good 4 or 6 hours with him. I don't even think we've hit the halfway point. They are warm, yeah. He's so in love with her. Poor. I do still love. Oh, that's really cool. Shooting stars. I still love the fact that. Oh, poor thing. He could feel it. I think he kind of knows. Well, he doesn't hold back for sure. I was wondering for her to hurt him. Oh, that's her and her imagination. Interesting. She is the little sister of that guy. For some reason, she dislikes him so much. How old is she? Like 12? My gosh. The bunnies were, I would assume, would be allowed to be distraction. cute. She keeps tearing in. He keeps tearing into her. The idea is she'll get bigger, her hands will get bigger, but I expect she only has a few more years of her hands getting bigger, because her hands will stop growing before her height does. I think my hands stopped also before I got my full height. So yeah, he's a little. Callous would definitely be a way of saying it. It's food, man. Come on, take the food. With her hair, it's her big brother, for sure. I knew it. Ah, I wonder if there's a jealousy aspect there. Oh, poor thing. That's some deep thoughts for a little girl. Can't remember being that deep thought as a child. Maybe, but at the same time, There are kids though who are very mature like that. She's good though. Oh, that's kind of cute. What's Waco? That's cute. Yeah. Yeah. Her health has gotten worse, hasn't it? She's losing her ability to grip things, too. Oh my gosh, you are so mean to him. How does she hear these things? So yeah, she would be around 12 years old. If they're 14, yeah, 12. Why is everyone turning on him? What's on? Why is everybody turning on him? This poor guy. Now she's getting a little mad. I think because of the pain over her inability to hold her. She's angry and upset over her. She's sneaking on this coat. Like it did something nice. It's so funny how I don't know, her friends notice that. I guess there's more fun and kind of lighthearted joyfulness to it. That's what she means. I think she's got a lot of crush on him herself. Aww. This is really cool, this little visual here. Yeah, I don't think she is anymore. Of course, yeah. See? Totally saw it coming. Oh, came back again. She's hurting. She's angry and upset over everything. That's why she lashed out the way she did. He knows she's dying. Yeah. Ooh, that was interesting. But it looks like she's losing her ability to use her limb. Like she's been losing her ability to grip things. Ah! That's awful to say? I know it's like a dark piece of humor and she's joking. We'll probably get back to that, but that's scary. That was actually a really intense episode. Of course you had those moments of lighthearted and funness, which happens in life. One day it's horrible and dark and sad, the other day because of somebody else, because of who you're spending time with, it's full of fun. And I think it's good for Kosei to teach the young girl, Nagi. It's good for him to learn how to connect with people that way. Seto's a smart woman. She sees what's going on, so she wants him to connect with people a certain way. And learn to, to have joy and purpose outside of everything. And I think the more he connects with his friend, the more he looks towards the future. Cause I think he was kind of drowning in, and complacent. And I think through interacting with her, it's kind of kicked off him reconnecting with Seto, with him teaching now. And there's a whole bunch of stuff where, he kind of has this purpose and kind of this thing outside of him that he can still hold on to and move toward even after losing her. And I think we all know she's not going to survive. But I think they're all, it looks like the next episode they're all going to kind of deal with the aftermath of this one. What? Over and over again I keep seeing those little blurs. One being two people on the bike is forbidden. Let's talk about that impeccable episode, because that was a wild ride. I think what's also kind of fun and also just a little sad about the entire thing is because of the pain and she's experiencing, not just physically but emotionally, because obviously the situation has turned for worse. It's got to be something to do with her brain, like maybe blood clots or something, because she's losing the ability to walk, she's losing the ability to grip things, and grip is so crazy important, not only for like how hard but how soft you can grip things, but of course it's crazy important for violence. And so the probably was this hope, like, okay, hopefully maybe she will survive, but she just won't be able to play violin anymore. But yes, she's a musician, so obviously she's going to be stuck and she's going to have to find new purpose for her life. I think she's gonna pass away though, which first sucks. I'm sure I'll bawl when I get to that point. But this episode had a lot of wonderful things going on visually. The way the light would cut through the leaves. The way that the sun and the colors of fall, even there's even some warmth colors within Kosa. I think when we were in the spring, there were literally bright lights and bright colors and kind of very heavily bright pastel saturations. And we saw this a little bit too with Kosa when he talked about the world being in black and white, and there was this kind of dullness. Then as he got to know Kiori, like the brightness and colors and saturation started coming through. And there was just really this cool like transformation. There's moments when he's talking to her and like light comes in and just it's really, really cool. Not only is the music such an important role, but how it's really cool. Like shows like this, you can tell how much passion and fun was put into these shows, how much hard work was put into it. Because sometimes you'll watch an anime or a show and go like, oh, I think they've stopped caring. Yes, they're having fun, but I think the central joy of what they're doing has disappeared. But we see with the beauty and the gorgeousness of the series that the people who got to work on the series really, really enjoyed it so much and really got to have a lot of fun with it. It also just occurred to me that a lot of times when different companies will put out these different animes, that a lot of these animes are in the style of maybe the author. So every time there's an animator, they have to animate within that style. It just occurred to me, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool and really hard to do sometimes. So it's really impressive, I think, that they do that a lot of times. But to kind of get back onto this episode I think yes, there was a lot going on with the words and the inner monologues and stuff like that, but I think there was a lot more going on visually that I think I missed quite a bit because I have to read the subtitles. Which is why sometimes you want to prefer watching dubs over subs, because at least you can take in the visuals English subs over Japanese English subs, because then you can listen to it but also take in everything visually. You can listen and your eyes can pop around and look at different things. Whereas when you're reading the subtitles, sometimes you miss some of the stuff going on. Oh, excuse me, sorry. But there was a lot going on. I like those little moments where you see like the two of them, the projection screen, go playing their thoughts and the people they're pursuing. One romantically, one being her big brother. The other, also that moment where she kind of visualizes slamming his fingers and breaking his glasses, which didn't happen, obviously. Because Seta's like, I'm watching you. But that is really cool. She does seem so much younger than him, but she's only a couple years younger. So it was a first year, and he's a third year. I believe that was yes, first year and a third year. So yes, she would be only a couple years younger than him. But that all ganged up on her now. That was kind of mean. Anyway, I like their dynamics and their interactions, and it's interesting the things that are coming out of her mouth. And sometimes I think that the kind of idea of out of the mouth of babes, there is sometimes wisdom that comes out. It's not really theirs, but something kind of like us, because the way they think, that they kind of say certain things, and it's like, because our minds have not really don't really view things as simplistically sometimes anymore, to a degree. But also, it was wonderful for him to kind of just play and connect with her instead of just like being this very robotic teacher. It was not really teaching; it's more like lecturing at her. And I don't know. I think it's really cool, and the pieces they play, everything's so beautifully woven together. But this episode definitely was, I think, had a lot to say. A lot was going on visually, more so than words. Yes, a lot of words and thoughts were happening, but I think there was a lot of data and information being conveyed with the animation styles, the colors of the world, the lack of dialogue. It's pretty intense and interesting. But thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies. Check out my Assassination Classroom episodes. Also, we're gonna rush to kind of come to an end for Decadence. I like to get that stuff over and ready and done with. Before, obviously, I want to do it before Swamp Thing, but obviously that's not going to happen. Also, because Decadence has come to an end, so we're going to try to rush and get that done. So I'll probably be posting 2 episodes the following Mondays to get ahead of that. So that way, October can be just 2 animes, 2 live TV shows. That's it. But again, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies, and I'll see you next time.